Welcome to Sleep Story. Close your eyes, take a deep breath. Feel your body sink softly into the comfort of where you are. Imagine yourself standing at the entrance of a grand underwater exhibit, a place where the world above melts away and a tranquil underwater realm begins. The soft glow of blue light spills across your skin, and as you step inside, the hum of the outside world disappears. All that's left is the soothing rhythm of water, the soft bubbling of currents, and the faint sound of your breath. The air smells faintly of salt, clean, fresh, and calming. You're surrounded by an immense wall of glass, and beyond it lies a vast expanse of liquid serenity. Here, the water is endless, stretching out like a dream. Schools of fish glide effortlessly through the space, their silvery scales catching the light in dazzling patterns. Watch as they move together, flowing in perfect harmony, no rush, no worry, just a graceful dance. Each one knows its place in the grand choreography of the sea. Now, let your eyes follow a single, curious fish. It moves slowly, calmly weaving its way through a coral reef. The reef is a kaleidoscope of soft, muted colors, pinks, blues, and greens that seem to pulse gently in the stillness. Tiny bubbles rise from the coral, drifting upwards like little thoughts dissolving into the vastness. A ray glides past you, its movements as smooth as silk. With every slow, sweeping stroke of its wings, it reminds you that there's no need to hurry. The ocean doesn't rush, and neither should you. You are here to drift, just like the ray, silent, weightless, and at peace. Farther in the exhibit, a jellyfish appears, floating like a delicate lantern suspended in the dark water. Its tendrils ripple with an otherworldly glow, moving in perfect rhythm with the ocean's pulse. It reminds you of your own breath, in and out, steady, calm, and effortless. Now, notice the sound around you. A deep, low vibration echoes faintly through the water, a whale song, slow and melodic, wrapping around you like a soft blanket. The sound is timeless, stretching through the vast ocean, like a reminder that you are part of something so much larger, so much deeper. You continue walking along the exhibit, each step bringing you closer to a feeling of complete stillness. Watch as the water sways in gentle waves, as the creatures move without effort, as the light dances softly on the surface. Everything here is calm. And now, so are you. Let yourself float here for a moment. Picture the quiet ocean beyond the glass, stretching endlessly into the horizon. You are as weightless as the water, as serene as the fish, as timeless as the song of the whales. And as you prepare to leave this underwater haven, you carry its peace with you. You are calm, you are still, you are ready to drift into the quiet depths of your own dreams. Letting go of stress begins with acknowledging its presence. Stress is not an enemy to be defeated, but a companion that walks with us, often uninvited, influencing the rhythm of our lives. It clings to us like the weight of unseen chains, holding us in its grip, making us feel as though we are racing against time, against expectations, against ourselves. It manifests in the tightening of muscles, the racing of thoughts, the shallow breaths that never seem to fill all our lungs. It becomes part of us, like an ever-present background noise that we learn to live with, often forgetting it doesn't have to be this way. But there is a path to ease, a way to let go, not by fighting it, but by allowing ourselves to release it gently, just as the tide releases the shore with every wave. Imagine for a moment the sensation of stepping into a serene place where time slows down. You don't need to control the moment or fix it. You simply allow yourself to exist within it. The first step to letting go of stress is recognizing that you don't need to solve everything all at once. Stress often feeds on the belief that we must always act, always push forward, always hold everything together. But what if, instead, we allowed ourselves the grace to pause, to let the world spin on without our constant intervention? Stress cannot survive in the presence of stillness. When we stop resisting, When we stop trying to outpace it, stress begins to lose its grip. It dissolves like mist under the warmth of the sun, leaving behind a clarity we may not have realized we were missing. Picture yourself standing by a vast ocean. The waves roll in and out, each one unique, yet part of a continuous rhythm that has existed for centuries. Stress is like a wave. It builds, it peaks, and then inevitably it recedes. We often try to stop the wave, to block it, to control it, but the ocean doesn't work that way, and neither does life. The key to letting go of stress is not to fight the waves, but to flow with them, to trust that just as the wave rises, it will also fall. The tension in your body, the worry in your mind, they too are temporary. They are not permanent states, but moments passing through you, like the tide. Let them come, and let them go. Letting go of stress is also about finding softness within yourself. Stress hardens us. It makes us rigid, closed off, and defensive. Our shoulders hunch, our jaws tighten, our hearts race. But beneath that hardness lies a core of stillness, a softness that we often forget is there. To let go of stress is to reconnect with that softness, to give ourselves permission to feel vulnerable, to release the need to always be in control. Control is an illusion, a myth we cling to because it makes us feel safe. But the truth is, life is unpredictable, ever-changing, like the currents of the sea. When we release our grip on control, we make space for ease, for flexibility, for peace. Imagine now that you are floating. The water cradles you gently, supporting you without effort on your part. You don't have to fight to stay afloat, you simply let the water hold you. This is the essence of letting go. Stress often arises when we feel we must carry everything on our own, when we believe we are responsible for holding the weight of the world. But when we let go, we realize we are supported. The world does not collapse because we take a moment to rest. The tasks, the responsibilities, the worries, they will still be there, but they don't have to define us. They are simply parts of life, not life itself. Breathing is another powerful way to let go of stress. Stress constricts our breath, making it shallow and rapid, as though we are perpetually bracing for impact. But when we focus on our breath, we create space within ourselves. A deep, intentional breath is like an anchor in a storm. It grounds us, calms us, reminds us that we are here, in this moment, and that this moment is enough. Inhale slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs, and then exhale, releasing the tension with the breath. With each exhale, imagine the stress leaving your body, drifting away like a leaf carried on the wind. The more you focus on your breath, the more you realize that stress is not something you have to hold on to. It is something you can release moment by moment. Letting go of stress also requires compassion for ourselves. We are often our harshest critics, holding ourselves to impossible standards, demanding more from ourselves than we would ever demand from anyone else. Stress thrives on these demands, on the belief that we are never enough, that we must always do more, be more, achieve more. But what if we allowed ourselves to be enough just as we are? What if we spoke to ourselves with the same kindness and understanding we would offer a dear friend? Letting go of stress means letting go of the unrealistic expectations we place on ourselves. It means accepting that we are human, imperfect, and that this is not only okay but beautiful. As you continue to let go, you may notice the tension in your body beginning to ease. Your shoulders drop, your jaw softens, your hands unclench. These physical changes are not just signs of relaxation, they are a reminder of the connection between your body and mind. Stress does not exist solely in your thoughts, it manifests in your body as well. By releasing the physical tension, you signal to your mind that it is safe to let go. Stretching, gentle movement, or simply lying still and allowing your body to rest can be powerful tools in the process of letting go. Feel the weight of your body sinking into the surface beneath you, as though the earth itself is supporting you. You don't need to hold yourself up, you are held. Stress often tricks us into thinking we are alone, that we must face our challenges in isolation. But letting go of stress means recognizing that we are connected to each other, to the world around us, to the word of flow of life. Just as every wave is part of the ocean, we are part of something much larger than ourselves. This connection is a source of strength, not pressure. It reminds us that we are never truly alone, even in our most stressful moments. The people, places, and experiences that bring us joy are always there, waiting for us to notice them. By letting go of stress, we create space to reconnect with what truly matters. Letting go of stress is not a one-time act, but a practice, a gentle unfolding. It is not about forcing ourselves to be calm or happy, but about allowing ourselves to be exactly as we are, without judgment. Stress loses its power when we stop fighting it, when we stop trying to push it away and instead meet it with acceptance and understanding. It is in this acceptance that we find peace, not because we have eliminated stress, but because we have learned to coexist with it without letting it control us. In this moment, as you let go of stress, notice the stillness that begins to emerge. It is not an absence, but a presence, a quiet, steady presence that has always been within you, waiting for you to return to it. Let this stillness guide you, not just now, but whenever you feel the weight of stress beginning to build. Trust in your ability to release what no longer serves you, to let go of what you cannot control, and to find peace within yourself, no matter what waves may come. The harmony of nature is a silent melody, an intricate dance that exists all around us, often unnoticed, yet deeply felt. It is present in the sway of trees, the rhythm of waves, the gentle hum of a breeze brushing against the earth. Nature has its own rhythm, its own cadence that speaks to something ancient within us. It is not forced or hurried, but deliberate, purposeful, and infinitely patient. Every element within nature plays its part, fitting seamlessly into a grand design that is both vast and intimate. In this harmony, there is no resistance, no competition, only balance. It is not perfection in the sense of flawlessness, but in the sense of coexistence, where everything is interconnected and everything belongs. When you observe the ocean, you see how its waves ebb and flow without ceasing, following the pull of the moon in a timeless cycle. There is no struggle, no hesitation, only a trust in the natural rhythm that governs its movements. The tides rise and fall, shaping the shores with every embrace and release, creating a relationship that is both gentle and powerful. The ocean does not question its role, it simply is. The harmony of nature is found in this effortless surrender, this trust in a process larger than any single moment. It reminds us that life too has its tides, its rises and falls, and that there is beauty in embracing each phase with grace. In a forest, the harmony of nature becomes even more evident. The trees stand tall, their roots reaching deep into the earth while their branches stretch toward the sky. They share the space with one another, forming an intricate network of communication and support. Beneath the surface, their roots intertwine, exchanging nutrients and messages in a silent conversation that sustains the entire ecosystem. The sunlight filters through the canopy, dappling the ground in patterns of light and shadow, a delicate balance between presence and absence. Each tree, each leaf, each blade of grass plays a role in this living symphony, contributing to the whole without demanding recognition. The forest is alive with movement, yet it is also still, a paradox of energy and calm that reflects the deeper truth of harmony. Even the smallest elements of nature contribute to this balance. A single bee buzzing from flower to flower is part of a vast, unseen network of pollination that sustains entire ecosystems. It moves with purpose, guided by instinct, playing its role in a cycle that it may never fully comprehend yet is essential to its being. The flowers, in turn, offer their nectar, opening themselves to the bee in a relationship of mutual benefit. This exchange is not one of dominance or control, but of coexistence, where each element serves the other without losing itself. The harmony of nature teaches us that there is strength in collaboration, in working together toward a shared purpose, even if that purpose is as simple as survival. The wind, too, is part of this harmony. It moves freely, unseen yet deeply felt, shaping the world with its touch. It carries the seeds of plants to new places, spreading life across vast distances. It rustles the leaves, creating a soft, soothing sound that seems to breathe life into the stillness. The wind does not demand attention, it does not seek to be noticed. It simply flows, adapting to the contours of the earth, finding its way through mountains, valleys, and plains. In its movement, the wind reminds us of the importance of flexibility, of letting go of rigidity and flowing with the natural currents of life. It shows us that harmony is not about control, but about adaptation, about finding our place within the greater whole. The animals within nature also embody this harmony. A flock of birds moving together in perfect synchrony, turning and twisting, as though guided by a single thought, is a testament to the unspoken connection that exists among living beings. Each bird trusts the others, moving as one without hesitation or doubt. There is no competition, no need for dominance, only unity, a shared instinct that binds them together. This harmony extends to the predator and prey, a relationship that may seem harsh, but is essential to the balance of ecosystems. The predator does not hunt out of malice, and the prey does not flee out of hatred. It is simply the way of things, a cycle that ensures the survival of both species and the health of the environment. In a meadow, the harmony of nature takes on a different form. Wildflowers of every color bloom side by side, each one unique yet part of a larger picture. They do not compete for attention but simply exist, adding their beauty to the whole. The bees and butterflies that visit them move from one to the next, guided by an innate understanding of the role they play in this vibrant ecosystem. The grasses sway gently in the wind, their movement creating a soft whisper that seems to echo the quiet wisdom of the earth. The harmony of nature is found in this quiet coexistence, in the way each element contributes to the whole without overpowering it. It is a reminder that diversity is not a source of conflict but of strength, that differences can exist side by side in perfect balance. Even in the harshest environments, the harmony of nature persists. In the desert, where water is scarce, plants and animals have adapted to survive in ways that are both ingenious and awe-inspiring. The cactus stores water within its thick, spiny skin, conserving it for the dry months. The lizard blends into the sand, its movements quick and precise, conserving energy in the heat of the sun. The harmony here is not as obvious as in a lush forest or a serene meadow, but it is no less profound. It is a harmony born of resilience, of adaptation to challenging conditions, a testament to the power of life to endure and thrive even in the face of adversity. The seasons themselves are a reflection of nature's harmony. Spring brings renewal, a burst of life and color, as the earth awakens from its slumber. Summer is a time of growth, of abundance, as the sun's warmth nurtures the land. Autumn is a season of transition, a preparation for rest as the leaves change color and fall to the ground. Winter brings stillness, a quiet pause in the cycle of life, a time for reflection and rest. Each season has its place, its purpose, contributing to the greater whole. There is no rush, no need to hurry from one season to the next. Nature moves at its own pace, trusting in the process, embodying the essence of harmony. Water is perhaps the most profound symbol of nature's harmony. It flows effortlessly, adapting to the shape of its container, finding its way around obstacles, never losing its essence. A river winds its way through the landscape, carving paths through rock and soil, shaping the land over time. It nourishes the plants and animals that depend on it, giving life to all that it touches. A waterfall, with its powerful cascade, creates a soothing sound that seems to wash away stress and tension, reminding us of the cleansing power of nature. Even a single drop of water, falling into a still pond, creates ripples that spread outward, a reminder that every action, no matter how small, has an impact. The harmony of nature is not limited to what we can see or hear. It exists in the unseen connections that bind all living things, in the delicate balance of ecosystems, in the cycles of life and death, growth and decay. It is present in the way the earth replenishes itself, in the way plants convert sunlight into energy, in the way animals find their place within the web of life. This harmony is not static, it is dynamic, constantly shifting and evolving, yet always maintaining its balance. It is a living, breathing system that sustains itself through cooperation, adaptation, and resilience. To witness the harmony of nature is to be reminded of our own place within it. We are not separate from this balance, we are part of it. Our lives too have their rhythms, their cycles, their moments of stillness and movement, growth and rest. By observing nature, we can learn to align ourselves with these rhythms, to find our own harmony within the greater whole. Nature does not rush, yet everything is accomplished. It does not resist, yet it shapes the world. It does not compete, yet it thrives. In its quiet, unassuming way, nature offers us a blueprint for living, a reminder that harmony is not something we create, but something we discover, something we become. Breathing and relaxation form the foundation of our connection to life itself, a rhythm that begins the moment we are born and continues until our last breath. The act of breathing is so constant, so automatic, that we often overlook its significance. Yet it is one of the most powerful tools we have to calm the mind, soothe the body, and restore balance to the spirit. Every breath we take is an invitation to slow down, to let go of tension, and to reconnect with the present moment. There is a profound simplicity in focusing on the breath, a simplicity that holds the potential for deep transformation. It reminds us of the natural rhythm of life. Inhale, exhale, and repeat a cycle that mirrors the ebb and flow of the world around us. In moments of stress or anxiety, the breath has a remarkable ability to ground us. When the mind races with worry or the body tenses in response to external pressures, the breath offers a sanctuary, a space to pause and regain clarity. By simply bringing awareness to the act of breathing, we can shift our focus away from the chaos and towards something steady and reliable. The inhale carries with it the energy of renewal, while the exhale allows for release, creating a balance that naturally invites relaxation. This interplay of inhalation and exhalation is not just a physical process, but a bridge between the conscious and subconscious, between the external world and our internal state. The way we breathe has a direct impact on how we feel. Shallow, rapid breaths can amplify feelings of anxiety and restlessness, sending signals to the body that it is in a state of danger. On the other hand, deep, slow breaths signal safety and calm, activating the parasympathetic nervous system, which encourages relaxation. When we consciously slow our breathing, we can almost feel the shift within ourselves. The heart rate steadies, the muscles soften, and the mind begins to quiet. It is as though the body, which may have been holding on to tension, receives permission to let go, to release the grip of stress, and return to a state of ease. Relaxation is not something that comes naturally in a world that often demands constant productivity and attention. We are surrounded by noise, distractions, and endless to-do lists that pull us away from the simple act of being. Yet, relaxation is not a luxury, it is a necessity. It is in moments of relaxation that the body heals, the mind recharges, and the spirit finds renewal. Breathing serves as the gateway to this state, a gentle reminder that we can access calmness even in the midst of chaos. The breath does not judge, does not demand, and does not rush. It simply is, and by tuning into it, we can align ourselves with that same sense of presence. The process of deep, mindful breathing encourages us to be fully present in the moment. So often, our thoughts pull us into the past or the future, replaying memories or anticipating events that may never come. The breath, however, exists only in the present. We cannot breathe in the past or the future, we can only breathe now. This realization brings with it a sense of grounding, a tether to the here and now that can dissolve the weight of overthinking. By focusing on the breath, we are reminded that life unfolds one moment at a time, and within each moment lies the potential for peace. As we breathe, the body begins to respond in subtle yet profound ways. The muscles, which may have been tight with tension, start to soften. The shoulders, often hunched from stress, naturally fall back into alignment. The jaw, frequently clenched without our awareness, releases its hold. These physical changes are not forced, they happen naturally when we allow the breath to guide us. It is as though the body remembers its natural state of relaxation, a state that is often overshadowed by the demands of daily life. Breathing acts as a gentle teacher, reminding the body how to let go of unnecessary tension and return to a place of ease. The mind, too, is deeply affected by the act of mindful breathing. In a world where we are constantly bombarded with information, the mind can become a whirlwind of thoughts, a chaotic stream of worries, plans, and distractions. Breathing provides a focal point, a single anchor in the midst of this mental storm. By directing our attention to the breath, we create a space of stillness within ourselves, a space where the mind can rest. This stillness is not about eliminating thoughts, but about creating a sense of detachment from them. The thoughts may still come and go, but they no longer have the same hold over us. Instead, we observe them from a distance, anchored in the steady rhythm of the breath. Breathing also has a way of reconnecting us with our bodies. In our busy lives, it is easy to become disconnected from the physical self, to view the body as merely a tool for getting things done. Yet, the body holds so much wisdom, so much awareness, that we often ignore. The simple act of breathing brings us back into our bodies, back into the sensations that remind us we are alive. It is in these moments that we can notice the rise and fall of the chest, the coolness of the air as it enters the nostrils, and the warmth as it leaves. These sensations, though small, are profoundly grounding, reminding us that we are more than just our thoughts or our to-do lists. We are living, breathing beings connected to something much greater than ourselves. The connection between breathing and relaxation extends beyond the individual. It is a universal language, a rhythm shared by all living beings. The trees breathe as they exchange carbon dioxide for oxygen. The waves of the ocean rise and fall in a pattern that mirrors the breath, and even the wind carries a sense of flow and rhythm. By aligning our breathing with this universal rhythm, we tap into something ancient and eternal, a sense of belonging that transcends the self. This connection is not something we have to create, it is already there, waiting for us to notice it. Breathing becomes not just an individual act, but a shared experience. A reminder that we are part of a larger, interconnected whole. The beauty of breathing as a tool for relaxation lies in its accessibility. It does not require any special equipment, training, or environment. It is always with us, available at any moment, no matter where we are or what we are doing. Whether we are sitting in traffic, lying in bed, or walking through a busy street, we can always return to the breath. This accessibility makes it one of the most powerful tools we have for managing stress and finding calm. It is a reminder that peace is not something we have to seek outside of ourselves, it is something we can cultivate within, one breath at a time. Over time, the practice of mindful breathing can become second nature. It begins as a conscious effort, a deliberate decision to focus on the breath, but with practice it becomes a way of being. We start to notice our breathing throughout the day, using it as a barometer for our state of mind. Shallow, rapid breaths may signal tension, prompting us to slow down and take deeper breaths. Long, steady breaths may reflect a sense of calm, reminding us of the power of relaxation. This awareness creates a cycle of mindfulness, where the breath and the mind work together to maintain balance and harmony. Breathing and relaxation are not separate from the flow of life, they are an integral part of it. Each breath is an opportunity to let go of what no longer serves us, to release the tension and stress that weigh us down. It is a chance to return to ourselves, to reconnect with the present moment and the peace that lies within it. The breath is not just a physical act, it is a symbol of renewal, a reminder that with each inhale we take in life, and with each exhale we let go of what is no longer needed. This cycle continues endlessly, a rhythm that sustains us and guides us back to a place of calm whenever we need it. In the simple, constant act of breathing, we find a profound source of relaxation and a gateway to the stillness that resides within us all. Mindfulness and presence are not just practices, they are states of being that bring us into alignment with the flow of life. In a world that constantly pulls us in countless directions, mindfulness is a gentle yet powerful reminder to return to the present moment. It is the art of paying attention, deliberately and without judgment, to what is happening right now. When we engage in mindfulness, we are not trying to change or control anything. Instead, we are simply observing. We become witnesses to our own experience, allowing ourselves to fully inhabit the moment without resistance or distraction. Presence is the natural result of mindfulness, a state where we are fully engaged with the here and now, unburdened by the past or the future. The present moment is the only time we truly have, yet it is often the most neglected. Our minds are wired to wander, to dwell on what has already happened or anticipate what is yet to come. These thoughts can create a sense of urgency, worry, or regret, drawing us away from the simplicity and richness of the now. Mindfulness invites us to pause, to notice where we are and what we are doing, and to experience it fully. It asks us to let go of the need to fixate on outcomes, and instead, embrace the journey as it unfolds. In this way, mindfulness is not just a technique but a way of living, one that fosters a deeper connection to ourselves and the world around us. When we practice mindfulness, we begin to notice the details of our experience that we might otherwise overlook. The warmth of the sun on our skin, the sound of the wind rustling through the trees, or the rhythm of our breath as it moves in and out. These small moments, often dismissed as insignificant, become gateways to presence. They remind us of the beauty and complexity of life, inviting us to slow down and savor what is right in front of us. By tuning into our senses, we ground ourselves in the present, anchoring our awareness to the here and now. This sensory awareness is not just calming, it is transformative. It shifts our focus from what is lacking to what is already abundant in our lives. Mindfulness also encourages us to approach our thoughts and emotions with curiosity rather than judgment. So often we are caught in patterns of self-criticism or worry, believing that we must control or suppress our inner experiences. Mindfulness offers a different path, one of acceptance and openness. It teaches us to observe our thoughts and feelings as they arise, without labeling them as good or bad. By doing so, we create space between ourselves and our emotions, allowing us to respond to them with greater clarity and compassion. This practice of non-judgment is liberating, freeing us from the cycle of reactivity and enabling us to face life's challenges with a sense of calm and balance. Presence, which arises naturally from mindfulness, deepens our relationships with others. When we are present, we give our full attention to those around us, listening not just with our ears but with our entire being. We become attuned to their words, emotions, and body language, creating a sense of connection that goes beyond mere conversation. This presence is a gift both to ourselves and to those we engage with. It fosters understanding, empathy, and intimacy, strengthening the bonds that unite us. In contrast, when we are distracted or preoccupied, we miss these opportunities for connection, leaving us feeling isolated or disconnected. Presence bridges this gap, reminding us that true connection begins with showing up fully. Mindfulness and presence are not about escaping from reality but embracing it. Life is filled with both joys and sorrows, and mindfulness allows us to meet each moment with equanimity. When we are present, we are better equipped to navigate difficult emotions or situations, as we are not overwhelmed by the stories our minds create about them. Instead, we see things as they are, without embellishment or distortion. This clarity enables us to respond rather than react, making choices that align with our values and intentions. In this way, mindfulness is a source of inner strength, helping us to remain grounded and centered even in the face of uncertainty. One of the most profound aspects of mindfulness is its ability to cultivate gratitude. When we are present, we become aware of the many gifts that life offers, even in the simplest of moments. The act of savoring a meal, watching a sunset, or sharing a laugh with a loved one becomes a source of deep joy and appreciation. These moments, which might otherwise pass unnoticed, take on new significance when we approach them with mindfulness. Gratitude arises naturally as we recognize the richness of our experiences and the interconnectedness of all things. This gratitude, in turn, fosters a sense of contentment and fulfillment, reducing our tendency to seek happiness outside of ourselves. Mindfulness is not something that requires a specific setting or activity. It can be practiced anywhere and at any time. Whether we are washing the dishes, walking in nature, or sitting in traffic, we can bring mindfulness to the moment. It is simply a matter of paying attention, of being fully present with whatever we are doing. This practice transforms even the most mundane tasks into opportunities for presence and awareness. It reminds us that every moment, no matter how ordinary, holds the potential for mindfulness. By bringing this quality of attention to our daily lives, we create a sense of continuity, a thread of presence that weaves through all of our experiences. As we cultivate mindfulness, we may begin to notice changes in the way we perceive time. When we are fully present, time seems to expand, as though each moment contains more depth and richness. This contrasts with the hurried, fragmented experience of time that often accompanies a distracted mind. In presence, we are not rushing to the next thing or dwelling on what has already passed. We are simply here, fully engaged with what is. This shift in perception can be deeply calming, reducing the sense of urgency that often accompanies modern life. It allows us to move through the world with greater ease and intention, savoring the journey rather than racing toward a destination. Mindfulness also has profound effects on our physical and mental well-being. By reducing stress and promoting relaxation, it supports the body's natural ability to heal and regenerate. Studies have shown that mindfulness can lower blood pressure, improve sleep, and boost the immune system. It also enhances mental clarity and focus, helping us to approach tasks with greater efficiency and creativity. Beyond these practical benefits, mindfulness fosters a sense of inner peace and resilience, enabling us to face life's challenges with grace and confidence. This holistic impact underscores the power of mindfulness as a practice that nurtures the whole self, mind, body, and spirit. The practice of mindfulness is a journey, not a destination. It is not about achieving a perfect state of presence, but about returning to the present moment again and again. There will be times when the mind wanders or distractions arise, but these moments are not failures, they are opportunities to practice. Each time we notice that our attention has drifted and gently bring it back to the present, we strengthen our ability to be mindful. Over time, this practice becomes more natural, and we find ourselves living with greater awareness and presence. It is a process of awakening, of becoming more attuned to the richness of life as it unfolds. Mindfulness and presence remind us of the interconnectedness of all things. When we are fully present, we see the world with fresh eyes, noticing the intricate web of relationships that sustain life. We become aware of the ways in which our actions affect others and the environment, fostering a sense of responsibility and compassion. This awareness extends beyond the self, encouraging us to live in harmony with the world around us. It is a recognition that we are not separate from life, but an integral part of it, woven into the fabric of existence. This perspective brings with it a sense of humility and wonder, deepening our appreciation for the beauty and mystery of life. The beauty of mindfulness lies in its simplicity. It does not require any special tools or techniques, only a willingness to be present. It is accessible to everyone, regardless of age, background, or experience. In this way, mindfulness is a universal practice, one that transcends cultural and spiritual boundaries. It is a reminder that we all share the same breath, the same moments, and the same capacity for presence. By cultivating mindfulness, we tap into a source of inner wisdom and peace that is always available to us, no matter the circumstances of our lives. It is an invitation to come home to ourselves, to rediscover the stillness and clarity that reside within. In the practice of mindfulness, we find not just a way of being, but a way of living, one that is rich, vibrant, and deeply connected to the present moment. Connection to something larger is one of the most profound experiences a human being can have. It is the feeling of being part of something greater than oneself, of realizing that our individual existence is not isolated but interwoven with a much larger fabric of life, energy, and purpose. This connection can take many forms. Some find it in nature, others in relationships, spirituality, or creative expression. It is a deep awareness that there is more to life than the mundane, more than the daily routines and tasks we often get consumed by. It is a sense of belonging, a recognition that we are part of a vast and intricate web that stretches far beyond what we can see or understand. In a world where we are often encouraged to focus on individual achievements, personal goals, and self-sufficiency, the idea of being part of something larger can be both humbling and comforting. It reminds us that we are not alone, that our lives have meaning beyond our immediate circumstances. This sense of connection helps us to transcend the boundaries of the self, allowing us to see our role in the greater whole. It shifts our perspective, taking us from a narrow view of life focused solely on our own concerns to a broader understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. It is a realization that can bring profound peace, inspiration, and purpose. Nature often serves as a powerful gateway to this connection. Standing in a forest, by the ocean, or under a star-filled sky, we can feel the immensity and majesty of the world around us. These moments remind us of how small we are in the grand scheme of things, yet they also show us that we are an integral part of the natural world. The cycles of life, the changing seasons, the flow of rivers, all of these are reminders that life moves in rhythms and patterns far beyond our control. This awareness can be both grounding and uplifting. It helps us to see that our struggles, though significant, are part of a much larger story, one that has been unfolding for millions of years and will continue long after we are gone. This connection to something larger also has a deeply emotional component. It touches something within us that yearns for meaning and belonging. When we feel connected, we often experience a sense of awe, wonder, or gratitude. These emotions remind us of the beauty and mystery of existence, of the countless things that had to align perfectly for us to be here, alive and aware. A sense of gratitude can shift our mindset, helping us to focus less on what we lack and more on the abundance that surrounds us. It allows us to appreciate the present moment, to see it not as something ordinary but as a gift, a chance to experience life in all its complexity and richness. For many, spirituality is a profound source of connection to something larger. Whether it is through prayer, meditation, or a sense of the divine, spirituality invites us to look beyond the physical world and explore the deeper dimensions of existence. It is an acknowledgement that there is more to life than what we can see, touch, or measure. Spirituality often emphasizes the idea that we are all connected, that there is a unity that underlies all of existence. This perspective can be deeply transformative, helping us to let go of the illusion of separateness and embrace a sense of oneness with the universe. It encourages us to live with greater compassion, kindness, and respect for all forms of life. Relationships, too, can be a powerful source of connection to something larger. When we truly connect with another person, we experience a sense of unity that goes beyond words. It is a recognition of our shared humanity, of the joys, struggles, and dreams that bind us together. These moments of connection remind us that we are not isolated beings but part of a larger community, one that thrives on love, support, and mutual understanding. They show us that our actions have ripple effects, influencing not only those around us but also the broader web of relationships that make up our lives. This awareness can inspire us to live with greater intention, knowing that the way we treat others shapes the world we all share. Creative expression is another way in which many people feel connected to something larger. Whether it is through art, Music, writing, or other forms of creativity, the act of creating often feels like tapping into a source of inspiration that transcends the self. It is as though the ideas, emotions, and images we express are not entirely our own, but part of a larger flow of energy and imagination. A sense of being a conduit for something greater can be both exhilarating and humbling. It reminds us that our talents and passions are not just for our own benefit, but can be used to inspire, uplift, and connect with others. Creativity becomes a bridge, linking us to the collective human experience and to the larger forces of life itself. Moments of connection often arise when we step outside of ourselves and engage with the world in a meaningful way. Acts of service, for example, can provide a profound sense of purpose and connection. When we help others, we see firsthand how our actions can make a difference, no matter how small. These experiences remind us that we are part of a larger network of relationships and responsibilities, one in which our contributions matter. They show us that life is not just about what we can achieve or accumulate, but about how we can contribute to the well-being of others and the world around us. This shift from self-centeredness to a focus on others can be deeply fulfilling, providing a sense of meaning that goes beyond personal gain. Connection to something larger also invites us to confront the mysteries of life, to embrace the unknown rather than fear it. There is so much about existence that we do not, and may never fully understand: the origins of the universe, the nature of consciousness, the purpose of life itself. These mysteries can be unsettling, but they can also be a source of wonder and inspiration. They remind us that life is not a puzzle to be solved, but a journey to be experienced. By accepting the unknown, we open ourselves to the possibility of discovery, growth, and transformation. We learn to live with curiosity and openness, recognizing that the journey is as important as the destination. The sense of connection to something larger can also bring comfort in times of difficulty or uncertainty. When we face challenges, it is easy to feel isolated or overwhelmed. But when we remember that we are part of a greater whole, we can draw strength from that awareness. It reminds us that we are not alone, that others have faced similar struggles and found their way through. This perspective can help us to see our challenges not as insurmountable obstacles, but as opportunities for growth and learning. It encourages us to trust in the larger process of life, knowing that even in the midst of difficulty, there is a greater purpose at work. Ultimately, connection to something larger is about expanding our perspective. It is about moving beyond the confines of the ego and seeing ourselves as part of a much larger story. This shift in perspective does not diminish our individuality, rather it enriches it. It helps us to see that our lives are not just about us, but about how we contribute to the larger whole. It reminds us that we are not separate from life, but an integral part of it, connected to everything and everyone around us. This awareness is both humbling and empowering, showing us that, while we may be small in the grand scheme of things, we are also deeply significant. In this connection, we find a sense of peace, purpose, and belonging. We realize that our lives are not random or meaningless, but part of a vast and beautiful tapestry. This awareness inspires us to live with greater intention, to cherish the moments we have, and to contribute to the world in meaningful ways. It is a reminder that we are not just individuals navigating life on our own, but part of something much larger, something that transcends time, space, and our own understanding. This connection is not something we need to seek or create. It is always there, waiting for us to recognize it and embrace it fully. It is the thread that ties us to each other, to the world, and to the infinite mystery of existence.